Hey, here's your heads up. I think I got this from Ryan Holiday, or a book that he wrote, or something. It's from a stoic saying, quotation, that got me really thinking of a personal story of anxiety and how I got over it. And I want to share it with you and share the how you can do and be the best version of yourself. If that's of interest, and I know it bloody well is, have a listen after this. Hey, this is the Personal Development Unplugged podcast, where we use hypnosis. Yeah, hypnosis. NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Don't worry what it is. It's just a mass of processes that we're going to get you to change. Change to let go of anxiety, low self-esteem, and create massive supreme inner confidence. But that's confidence in your competence and competence in your confidence, which means you can do anything and be safe, to enjoy the world as it should be, with you at the helm, creating the life that you want. That's what this podcast is about. You, and being the best you could be, singing from your real voice, aligned with your mission, aligned with your passions. That's what it's about. So if you're interested in letting go of anxiety, if you're interested in letting go of fear, guilt, all those blooming syndromes, imposter syndromes, and every little bit of the mind which is negative, then have a listen here, because we've got some wonderful processes and lots of good conversations between you and me to get us both thinking in such wonderful ways. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Just take the chance to have a listen. So, the 90 seconds of hypnosis tracks. Why have I put hypnosis tracks on a separate website? Well, it's so simple really. I wanted you to have them all in one place, so you can look through them all. You can find the particular one you want. I've even made them downloadable, so you can put them on any of your playing devices that you prefer. You don't need Wi-Fi, you don't need the iTunes or whatever. You can put them anywhere you like. You can even burn them onto disk if you want. Where do you get them? Well, there you go. I told you, it's paulcloughonline.com/podcast. If you're worried about your email address, please don't be, because they stay totally safe with me. I only use them to send you out that email and give you access. Simple as that. I send you a link, a special link, so you and only you can access those hypnosis tracks, because I want them just for you. And the other thing about this is you've taken responsibility. I don't want to make these open to everyone, just random. You have taken responsibility to listen and be part of this community of personal development. And I want to help you. I want to help you personally to get your dreams, your goals, and therefore I'm giving you these tools, these protocols, these paradigms, whatever you want to call them, but in deep hypnosis. So just enjoy. Have more fun than you can stand with hypnosis.
This is Personal Development Unplugged with Paul Clough.
In simplicity, there is genius.
In simplicity, there is genius.
Hey, my friend, longer podcast, and it's all about a quotation I read, and then I made a note of it, and then I was looking at it the other day, and a memory came to mind. It's a story, really, and well, I tell you what happened. Let me tell you the story. Are you sitting comfortably? Now I'll begin. You see, I was about to do my very, very first training. I used to do a lot of trainings, or help my younger son do trainings, and we used to do them together. And so you've always got somebody who's got your back. That was really nice, supporting each other. But this one was to be done all by myself. And I was actually going abroad to do it. Been invited to come along and share one or two things that I knew. And I wasn't really, I was very, very nervous, because you've got to remember, I'm a little old introvert. And getting up in front of people wasn't the most easiest thing for me to do, even though once I got into it, I guess I enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed the sharing and seeing people grow. But the thing is, I got this invitation. I'll get my words right. I asked, how many people did they expect? 16. I thought, well, I can do that. Ish. It's not too many people, is it? I've spoken to 16 people before, so I could do it again, and by myself, I could just about handle that. But it is over 2 days, and I thought, oh dear, well, never mind. I've committed now. I've committed, so I've got to do it, haven't I? I've got to do it. And it is only 16 people. And what I did think was, because it's abroad, if I did actually fall flat on my ass, then no one's going to remember it when I come back to good old UK, little old England. But then you go. Anyway, time went on, and as time got closer to the date of me travelling, I was getting more and more nervous, thinking of all the things that could go wrong, as you do. But I was getting all my stuff together, so I felt I definitely knew I knew my stuff, but it's getting to put it over in a way that people could learn. Anyway, about the day before I was due to go, I phoned up. I said, hey, how are things going? Did we get all our people together? And they said, yeah, we maybe got one extra. And I said, oh, well, we were talking about 16 people, weren't we? So 17 is not too bad. And the person said, what are you talking about, Paul? 16. We said 60. We've now got 61. Oh, dear. I didn't say an awful lot. I said, oh, well, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. But, and oh, goodness me, I didn't feel good. The anxiety was popping. Fear, imposter syndrome, every bloody thing you could think of. So there you go. I get out there. And I'm really shaking a little bit now. But the thing is, let me tell you about this quote. And then I'll go back into the story. See, the quote was from this guy called, and I'm going to get the name wrong, but it's Epictetus. He's the one of the old stoics from way back. And he said, capability is confirmed and grows in its corresponding actions. Walking by walking and running by running. And there, if you want to do something, make it a habit. And then other stuff, but I guess I got it from Ryan Holiday. I'm going to guess I did. Maybe I just read it and copied it. Maybe from one of his books. Good books there are. Anyway, so capability is confirmed by by corresponding actions, walking by walking and running by running. So what did I have to do? Because I thought about it. I've been trying to analyze it a little bit just while I was thinking about this, why this memory had come to mind. And I had to train by training. I had to teach by teaching. I didn't realize that's what was going through my mind. Well, it wasn't going through my mind. A panic was going through my mind. But I'm looking back over it now, and I had to be, and this is one thing I did have in my mind, I had to be the best trainer, the best teacher, best sharer that I could be. I didn't have to be the best trainer in the world. I had to be my best. So what did I do? I obviously got some stimulating music and calming music and stuff like that. But I started to visualize and remember the great trainers that I'd either been trained by or I'd seen in video form and things like that. And I really thought, well, if I could take one thing from them, well, I wonder what it would be. If they were my mentor, what would they tell me? What good information, what resources would they tell me as a mentor? And I visualized them telling me that, but also visualized them doing the things that I wanted to be able to do. And as I did that, I then let that picture begin to fade and come back with me doing those very things. So I was seeing a picture of myself over there doing the things that I really wanted to be, being the trainer by training, being the teacher by teaching, sharing by sharing, and being the best I could be. And then I decided, well, I'm going to act as if I am the best trainer I could be. I'm going to act as if I'm the best sharer and teacher I could be. I'm going to act as if I'm that me over there. Now, that training obviously went a complete storm, didn't it? Well, no, not really. But it did. It went really, really well. Some things I excelled at way before, or way more than I thought I would. And other times I did trip up. But it was how I got up that I liked. And I think the people in the audience liked it, because then they knew that I was fallible. I was like them, and they were like me. But I just had some information to share. So let's just think for a minute, acting as if, and I think I've added that in. But let's go back to that thing, that quotation. Capability. And capability is a skill, isn't it? They're your skills. Because if you haven't got those skills, those capabilities, you won't be able to do those behaviors, actually carry out those skills. And to carry out those skills, you have to walk by walking. You have to run by running. To do whatever you're doing by doing that thing. Because, you see, capabilities just comes underneath beliefs and values and your identity. And when you believe you can be the best you can be, and when you believe that you can actually do those skills, then you'll do them. But I find there's so many people who just talk the talk. And we have to do what we intend to do. And that's the other thing, you see. It's intention. You have to have that intention. Intention to run by running. Intention to walk by walking, not by talking the talk. We talk about mastery, doing the things you know, knowing the things you do. You notice those things? In those two sentences, the word do and doing. Doing the things you know and knowing the things you do. That's mastery. So you don't have to know everything, but you have to know what you do know well. You practice it. You have, and that's what's making it a habit. But it was that visualization too, I think. Because I had to get, that's a bit of a how, I guess. Sharing the how of one way of being able to walk the walk, talk the talk, but putting them together. And then it creates a habit. Because if you act as if you are that person, not the person you're not, but the best person, best version of yourself. That's the bit I added in. I think that just makes it. Because that's even in the 5 keys to success, isn't it? Talked about loads of times. I'll very quickly go through it with you. It's obviously you've got to have a goal, an aim in mind, a purpose. This is what I'm going to do, an intention. Then you have to take action, massive, consistent action, and continuous. In my mind, it's going to be continuous action. And then you have to be aware of where you're going, aware of what you're doing, what are the results you're getting. Are you getting closer or nearer to that goal? Because then you have to have that flexibility to either change direction, change your skill set, learn more, do something different. So you're back on course. And then you act with a psychology and physiology of excellence. And that is the acting as if, tapping into all those capabilities you have. Because without them, you ain't going to go nowhere. But you've got them. But with that belief and intention, because when you have that intention, you have that confidence in your intention. And that makes such a difference. And you see, in effect, by visualizing either people you would love to have as a mentor or have as an example, then you're effectively modeling them. And that's one of the is the basis of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, modeling excellence. And one way of doing it is to visualize it and then see yourself doing it and then trying it on, maybe just floating out into that you over there in your mind. And notice what it feels like to act as if. Notice what it sounds like to act as if. Notice what you'll see when you're acting as if, the best version of yourself. What you smell and taste, the success of doing the things. Because when you do that, you're going to make it into a habit. And it'll be like an unconscious habit that you're going to trigger consciously as well. Because every time you do that, you are adding to your capabilities, adding to that wonderful set of positive beliefs, because you're reinforcing those positive beliefs. I can be the best I can be. And if I do trip up, I'm going to do what my mentors would tell me to do. Get up and carry on. If I don't know, admit you don't know, and I'll find out. Because we're going to be true. We're going to be vulnerable. But we're going to be aligned and congruent with our beliefs and values. Because that's who we are. So we're not faking it till you're making it. Acting as if is not that at all. Acting as if is as if you were your best version of yourself. Right now, the best you could be. Singing from your own voice, your true voice. Showing up. All that stuff. They're all just comes together. I don't know if the word is coalesce. I'm not sure. Sounds a lovely word, doesn't it? But when they all come together, you have that identity of who you really are. And you're going to grow, because each time you do this, you're going to grow and strive to be even better. And you're seeing yourself striving to be even better. And when you do that, you may be going out of that familiar zone, that comfort zone of yours. And then realizing that the boundary, the edge of that comfort zone, that familiar zone, well, that was self-imposed. It wasn't there. It's just not there at all. And as you step through it, you become even more. And the saying that I was brought up with and trained on is, whatever you think you are, you're more than that, because you don't know how good you are. You have to find that out. So I found out when I did that training, there were things that I could do, I could share. And I don't know quite. It's that thing that I'm sure I pinched it from somebody else. You never know how far the ripples of change will go. I didn't know how far the ripples of change would go in that training. But more importantly, I think, I didn't know how far the ripples of change would go in me, because that was a long time ago. And I've done so many things since then. And they're not maybe all totally one-on-one connected, but I think they are connected in some way. They're related. They're born of that type of thing. Even if it's just the confidence to go out there and do something. You know, that imposter syndrome, those people have all the same fears that you have. And in fact, if you're going into like a training, if you are a trainer or you're thinking of that, those people want to hear you. If you want to, and that's why I ask you to share your learnings with other people, because one thing you get to learn it even deeper. But they want to hear you. They want to hear how you've grown. I know I talk about my son's mind mastery group, where we take people from a real anxiety to real inner confidence. Well, they share their epiphanies, they share their learnings, they share their movements, and they get so much support from everyone. It's so good, so wonderful, and that's what it's about. And that's why I ask you to share the things that you learn here. Share it with other people, because that allows you to grow in the way that you get to learn what you do learn or have learned. And it goes deeper into your neurology, it goes deeper into your unconscious mind. And it's just a nice thing to do, isn't it? I think it's part of that selfless service. It doesn't cost you anything. It's giving you a benefit. And you're creating change in a way that other people get it too. So again, as I say, if you could just share this episode and tell people of the Personal Development Unplugged podcast, that would be absolutely awesome. I couldn't ask for anything more other than, I'd love to know your feedback. Was it a golden nugget? Did it make you think? Did you learn anything? How did I come across? How can I get better? All that type of critique or feedback would be awesome. What would you like to learn? What would you like to find a process for that would allow you to move on? Maybe you're being held back. Maybe there is anxiety, fear. Maybe you need more confidence. And we can do it here on the podcast. Just email me, feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. And as I tell you, it only comes to me because I'm the only bugger here, and it will remain totally anonymous. If I do talk about it, it will be talking about the issue and how we can get over those issues. So I want you to become part of this community. I want you to feel that I'm here to support you in what you do, because you support me by just being here. So please keep in contact. Keep those emails flowing, because it helps me to learn and grow. And that's, to be honest, one of the main reasons I do this, because a lot of it's about me, not about me, but about me growing as a person. It's my verbal journal. I do my journaling in written form, but that gives me ideas. But sometimes it's like when you share what you learn and have learnt, you get to know it deeper. And that's all I'm doing. I'm getting to know it deeper by sharing it with you too. And I love doing it. I hope that really made a lot of sense. I don't know if it did. I hope it really did. But let's all walk by walking. Let's all run by running. Let's all do by acting as if we're the best version of ourselves. And if we just do that, life is going to get better. It has to. And life has to get better for the people around us, because it has to. And life has to get better for little old planet Earth, because that's the wonderful ecological way of looking at things. Is it good for you? Is it good for others? And is it good for planet Earth? And it is. So let's go fly, my friend. Until the next time, have more fun than you can stand. It's me, Paul. Ta-da.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.